it is comic book month. So if you have been following along, the last comic book month we did was way back last September. And that comic book, we all created a page together. And that's kind of the goal this month too. I know if you saw Ben last week or Ben yesterday, he might have told you a little bit about this, but March is also Women's History Month. Thanks, Keen. So March is Women's History Month. So today, or for this whole month, we're actually, each of the instructors has picked a woman, an artist, or a comic that they would like to share with you guys. And in my case, the artist or the animator that I want to talk about, her name is Mary Blair. And if you've ever been to Disneyland and you've ever ridden on the ride It's a Small World, you would know Mary Blair because she's the one who did the whole concept of the It's a Small World castle and the ride through it. And if you don't know It's a Small World, you would still know Mary Blair because she did all of the concept art for, let me switch cameras and I'll show you, for Cinderella. So this is actually a piece of art that she did, concept art for Cinderella that she did. And so she did work for Cinderella. She did work on Alice in Wonderland. And she also did concept art for Peter Pan. So those are just three of her more well-known movies that she has worked on. And she obviously worked for Disney. This is a picture over here of It's a Small World. This is just kind of she's known for using a lot of like modernist shapes. So it's a lot of like, you know, squares and rectangles and just circles and like all these kind of basic shapes, but put together in a really neat way. And the other thing that she's really, really known for is her colors. So that's what attracts me to her, is I love the way she uses color. Like you can see it in this picture, especially like all the dark blues show that like the foreground is in shadow. And this is Alice and she's peering at the White Rabbit, the castle. So, and the castle's like bright and right in the middle and it's like all lit up and you can see it's like daytime there. She's coming out of this dark forest and she uses her colors in a really nice way to help draw the attention of the viewer's eyes on like wherever she wants it to go. So in this case, on the White Rabbit's castle. So Mary Blair, like I said, is one of my favorite artists of that era. And I think she's just really, really neat. And so the goal for you guys this month, if you want to follow along, that's awesome. And if you want to join in and do what we're doing, that's awesome. And then our goal for you is to pick a woman, and it can be anybody. It can be a person from your life. It could be a real person like that you admire. It could be a person like from history, like, you know, you could pick Cleopatra or some like historical woman, or it could be a made up fictional woman character. But the idea is that we're going to be making a comic featuring a heroine, a woman, or a girl. So today, we're actually going to choose that girl, that woman, and we're going to kind of sketch out like what that person might look like. So because I'm doing Mary Blair, because I've been studying Mary Blair and I just think she's a really cool character, she's actually going to be the heroine of my comic. And I'm going to show you how I might go about the process of coming up with what she might look like. So I'm going to start to just kind of sketch her and you can follow along. You can draw along with me and draw my character, or if you have your own characters, that you should by all means start sketching them. I'm not going to do too much sharing right now, but at the very end, if you would like to share, I'll try to reserve a few minutes to have you guys share the drawings that you are doing. But I'm going to go ahead and switch over, and I'm going to get started on what Mary Blair might look like in my comic. So I kind of want to draw her in a bunch of different ways. So maybe I'll draw her as like an adult, and maybe I'll draw her like as a child. And I'm trying to like incorporate Mary Blair's style into my drawings. So I'm trying to do that, but you obviously can draw in whatever style suits you. So the only The only thing that I want you to think about today is the fact that you're going to be doing a character that is a woman or a girl. So you want it to be a heroine. So I'm using the Chuck Jones method, where it's kind of the method that all animators use, and I'm starting off with my simple shapes. So I'm gonna do like, this is kind of, I know I want her to be in like this dress, and I know I want it to like, maybe I'll do like a scalloped bottom of this dress coming in like this. Maybe like her arms will be kind of coming down like that or up like that. So like I said, I'm gonna try drawing out this character in a bunch of different ways, and I'll see which ones I really like. Right now, I'm not focusing too much on the details. I'm literally just kind of getting the basic shapes down. Just kind of thinking about what this character might look like. So maybe her arms are coming, her legs are coming down like this. Maybe she's got like little feet like that. I don't know. Let's see. I can start to think about what might her face or her hair look like. I think that for her head. So I didn't do this, and maybe I should. I can draw in the contour lines to kind of know which direction she's looking. So in this drawing, maybe she's looking down like that. So let's see here. I think I'm going to start with, like, I think I want her to have like this kind of like connected nose shape like that. So like her eyebrow kind of connects to her nose, and then maybe her eyes are, maybe because she's looking down. So maybe her eyes are like looking down like that. Like, yeah, something like that. And then maybe her lips would be down here. And then her other eyebrow needs to be over here. Kind of something like that. And then her hair, maybe her hair is like, comes down, and there's like, I don't know, maybe there's some tendrils that kind of come around. I don't really know. Just kind of sketching out what she might look like. So maybe it comes down like that. Yeah. Let me draw in her neck and her shoulders. I can kind of, so now that I have the basic idea, I can kind of start to solidify a little bit of what some of these things could look like. So her arm could kind of come up like that. Start to come over. Maybe this is like shaded.
There are a couple questions in the chat.
Sure. Thanks, Scott. Tell me. Yeah, I can't see them when I'm drawing, so please tell me.
The first one, do you remember the name of the comic book, the first comic book that the comic book camp class created?
Oh, wasn't it? It was like almost Star Wars-y themed. What was it?
Exactly. Maybe if someone has it, they can put it in the chat.
Yeah, maybe somebody, because you guys were given a copy of it.
I remember what it was. It was called
Carrot Wars. Thanks Liliana and Heather Rose. Carrot Wars. Okay, that was it.
Thank you. Harley was asking about the comic book, and then
Harley, we made one. It was called Carrot Wars. It was really, really cool. And it was like the characters Marvin, and we had a bunch of characters.
Kat was asking, Miss Lee, what eraser are you using?
Oh, good question. One that used to be white. I'd have to look it up. I don't remember it off the top of my head, but it's clearly a very dirty one. If you don't know the trick for cleaning an eraser, this is a fun trick you might have done in school. If you're in school and you have carpets, you can rub the eraser on the carpet and it like cleans it. Unfortunately, I don't have a carpet in the room I'm in, or I would clean this eraser off. But yeah, a very dirty eraser. Like sometimes when I have like a long eraser like this, I'll cut it in half so that I get like, because I always like the edges, nice like corners for getting into places. But I don't know if I've told you guys this. One of the things that I really like to use is it's just a water-based varnish. It's called water-based varnish. It's Faber-Castell. It says Germany Perfection 7058. That's what it says. And it is a sharpenable, almost like a sharpenable eraser. It's not actual eraser, but you can get in and like kind of clean up areas. So you can be more precise with a tool like this when you're kind of working and you want something to be a little more clean. That something like this is really helpful. But yeah, I will have to look that up. That was a great question, Liliana and Heather Rose. I don't remember. Are there, yeah, are there any other questions?
I think that was all the questions for
That
now.
was it? Okay. All right. No worries. Yeah, Harley, did you get the answer? It was Carrot Wars.
Yes, I got it.
Awesome. Yeah, Carrot Wars, it was a really fun. So the way we did our book last time was we each student kind of we all kind of came up with we had a, well, first of all, it was 3 weeks of free classes like this, and then the last week was a paid camp, and then anybody who joined in on the paid week did the comic book with us. And it was really cool because we as a group came up with a story together, and each student and instructor took a page of that story and illustrated it. So, and then we put all of those pages together and created one whole book, which we then mailed to everybody who participated in the camp, which was really cool. But we're doing things a little differently on this one. And the idea is that each student is going, if you participate and you want to make a comic, then if you at the end and you're finished with your page, sorry, I said a comic. What I meant to say was like just a page. If you finish your page, then and you send us a photograph of it, what we can do is we can put all of them together into a PDF and mail everybody like a collection of everybody's comic, which is really neat. We won't do a physical copy like last time, but we can just email it to you, which is pretty neat. So you can have like a collection of comic pages drawn by everybody in the group, if you were interested. Of course, if you don't do one, then that's you don't feel you have to. But if you have something cool that you've made and you want to join in,
Well, I'm sorry, but I've been having I haven't been here. I haven't been taking that many Chuck Jones Center classes, so I honestly don't know anything about this.
Yeah, no worries. This is all brand new. This is new for all of us.
No, I meant I'm not taking any Chuck Jones classes at all. I just recently found out about these.
Oh, cool. Well, we're glad you're here now. We're really glad you're here. Yeah, this is all we're doing today is we're just kind of picking a character. So it can be any, like I said, it can be a woman from your life. It could be your mom or your grandma or your sister, or it can be a historical figure. If you wanted to draw Amelia Earhart, or if you wanted to draw Cleopatra, or I don't know, what are some other famous women throughout history? I know Ben was doing Georgia O'Keeffe. You could do that, or if you want to do like a fictional woman, you could do a fictional woman as well. It's totally up to you guys. I'm gonna give her a pattern on her dress, because I think when I think of Mary Blair, I think of like a very modern style, and modern styles tend to have these kind of flat patterns. So I'm gonna give her like a pattern like this. I'm getting kind of into the details here though. I'm gonna stop after I do this pattern, and I'm gonna go on and try to draw her a different way. I'm curious, does anybody have a character or a heroine that they already know that they're going to be drawing?
He does.
Oh yeah, tell us. Keen, who's yours?
So it's basically a girl that is really poor, got kicked out of her house by either mom or somebody that adopted her, I don't know.
Okay.
Got hit by a car, then is not able to go to heaven because the portal opened up and demons are spewing out like everywhere, and she needs the help. So, defeat all of them, and well, if she does, she might go to heaven.
Whoa, so you already have like a whole backstory for your character.
Mhm.
Oh, that's very cool. I know Scott was talking about that a little bit, and I actually was trying to figure out if I wanted to teach you guys the story first, but then when I was thinking about it, I decided that I wanted to start with the character, because then I can, once I picked a character, then I can go on and kind of decide their story. But that's awesome. So while you're drawing your character, you can be thinking about like what you know about them already. Like Keen already has like, oh, this whole and this is a fictional character, right? Keen, that was a made up character.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so Keen already has like he knows already a lot about the personality of his character already. He knows, he kind of knows like what, like like this whole backstory, which is awesome. If you already know that, that's great. If you don't know that about your character, that's okay too. That's something that we're going to talk about next week, and that's something that you can think about this week. After class, you can go off and start thinking about your character. So like I came to this group knowing that I was going to do Mary Blair, but to be honest, I don't really know much about Mary Blair's personality. So I can start to think about like what her personality might be like. I know she's artistic. I know she, the color was one of her favorite things. I know about her life is that she took a trip. Walt Disney took a trip with, and he brought a bunch of his art. He brought a bunch of artists with him on this like goodwill trip to South America. And on that trip, she that's where she kind of came up with the idea for It's a Small World. So a lot of the things that she drew kind of come from that era. In fact, I think I have some pictures here that so when I did my research about what the woman that I wanted to do, I started looking at her art. I started looking at I read her Wikipedia page. I tried to start learning a little bit about her. Oh yeah, so this was a drawing that she did, or a painting that she did when she was in South America. And like I said before, if you've ever been to the It's a Small World ride, it's really neat because all along the whole ride you're on a boat and you're going through like on the water, and you're going through this like castle, and as you pass along each space, there's like little figurines of children from all over the world. And they all kind of look like this a little bit. They all kind of have this same super simple, like round face, round eye look to them. And so you can see she was kind of developing that style, way back when she was in South America. So she was kind of inspired by her travels. So that's one of the things that is kind of, I'm thinking about. In fact, I'm going to use that and use this picture right here to help me design what Mary Blair might look like as a child. So if Mary Blair would draw herself as a kid, what might she look like? I think that she would have a round head, similar to how she's doing all these children with round heads. So I'm going to do that. Let's start here with like a round head, and then her body, it's going to be like a curve. Maybe she's wearing a dress. Yeah, like that. So I'm starting off with those simple shapes, and then I will go back in, like clean everything up afterwards. Maybe her arm is coming out over here. Maybe her other arm is back here. And her legs are maybe back here. So this is Mary Blair as a child. So like I said, you don't want to just draw your character one way. You want to be thinking about like what your character would look like in different positions. In my case, what my character looks like in different ages. Maybe she's turned and she's looking this way. So I'm drawing these contour lines in to tell me which direction she's looking. So maybe she's looking back over here. So, and I'm going to keep that. I like that curved shape like that for the nose. So there's my nose, and then going to be a big round eye over here. Another big eye over here. I'm going to keep them kind of far apart because that's kind of how she drew them here. All these eyes were really far apart. So I'm trying to do something kind of tricky. I'm trying to draw a character, but I'm also trying to draw a character in a different style than I normally would draw, which is kind of a tricky thing to do, but it's nice to challenge yourself sometimes.
Harley raised his hand.
Yeah, what's up, Harley?
I wasn't sure if you saw what I wrote in the chat, but that picture you're showing us, not your drawing, but that other one.
This one?
Yes, that one. That's from the Three Caballeros.
Yeah, you're right. You're totally right. You're absolutely right. That was another movie that I meant to say that she did. You're absolutely right. And the whole thing was inspired by her trip to South America, but you're totally right. This I think was, I have to go back in and look, but I don't know if this was concept art for that film or if it was something that she did like because I was looking at so many of her pictures, but you're totally right. She did the Three Caballeros, she did Cinderella, Peter Pan, she did Alice in Wonderland, and then she also went and she had another career as and she did drawings for advertisements. So like I think that like, I have to go back in and look, but she had a bunch of different companies that she was working for to like do all these advertisements for, which was kind of fun. Because I guess at the time she tried to make her living as an artist, but she was living during the Great Depression, and which was like a really, really rough time to be an artist. So she struggled, and she married another artist. So it was two artists working together, and I think it was really tricky. So that's why they both had to I think they wanted to make their own art for a living, but it was too hard. So they ended up having to do other jobs to help supplement their income, which sometimes happens when you're an artist.
Lottie raised her hand.
Oh yeah. What's up? Lottie, hi Lottie.
I have a drawing.
Oh, hold on, let's see that. Oh, nice. Who is she?
I haven't named her yet, but I'm doing something. I'm just because I want to. I am making humans with animal companions. This one's going to be a fox animal companion.
Ooh, that's cool. Like, wait, hold on. By companion, do you mean like that's her pet? Like?
Yeah.
Okay. Not like, is there like a magical connection there? Can she like speak to the fox with her mind?
No, but I have one that's the one that has a pet baby cub, so they can kind of tame wild animals.
Ooh, that's awesome. Thank you for sharing, Lottie. I love that. And
You're
I just
welcome.
I just saw Liliana and Heather Rose's comment. It's a Small World is your grandma's favorite ride. It's kind of my favorite ride too. It's kind of like, it's not necessarily like the most fun or fast ride. Like if you ever go to Disney, if you ever get the chance to go to Disneyland, there are other rides that are like way more fun, like, you know, in terms of like exciting, but there's just something about It's a Small World ride that I've always loved. I don't even know for some, are you guys, who in this chat, in fact, write in the comments where you're from, because I know that I live in Southern California. I'm in Costa Mesa, California. So we're pretty close to Disneyland, but I'm curious where you guys are all from. Mark Twain Riverboat is your favorite, Scott? Cypress, San Diego, Culver City. Oh, awesome. So I see a bunch of people who are from California. Rancho Cordova, LA, nice. Space Mountain, I love Space Mountain too. California, too keen. So it sounds like a lot of us are from California. Is anybody not from California? New Mexico. Nice, Kat. Where are you from, Tater? Currently, oh wow. And so that's that is definitely not California. That is very cold there. I don't know if I told you guys, I lived in Iceland for a long time, or not a long time, but I lived there for like a year and a couple of months. After moving from New York, I lived in Brooklyn, and it was very cold. And I am very happy to no longer being living in Iceland. Although I loved Iceland. Iceland was awesome. It was super fun place to be, and culturally it was really awesome, but it was definitely, the weather was really cold and really dark too, because you had lots of dark skies, and like because it's so far north, you get like in the winter, you get the midnight solstice. So it's like at nighttime, it's the winter solstice. It's like it's dark, I think for 22 hours a day, 21 hours a day. So you only really get sunlight for a couple of hours in the middle of the day, and the rest of the day is really dark. But in the summer, it's the opposite of that, and you get a lot of you get a lot of warm weather and sunshine for like 20, you get 22 hours of sunshine. So you'll be driving along and you'll look at the clock and it's like bright daylight, and you realize it's 11 o'clock at night, and you're like, oh my gosh, I need to go to bed. It totally messes with your biological clock.
Yeah, I think I might have the answer about the eraser from earlier.
Oh yeah, tell me, what is it?
I don't know if you can see. Well, I'll just spotlight
Yes,
myself.
that is it. That is what it is.
Okay. So it's by Pentel. I'm gonna put it in the chat.
That is the eraser I'm using.
I have the same eraser in my art supplies.
Yes, yours is far cleaner than mine. I took the wrapper off of mine a while ago. But yeah, that is the one. Thank you for finding that. Jay, you also uses that you use that eraser. Yeah, it's a good one. It's a classic. I think I'm gonna give her like a little like Peter Pan color, considering she worked on Peter Pan. Thanks, Scott.
You're welcome.
You know what? I'm gonna give her the same pattern on her shirt, on her dress. If anybody wants to share what character they're doing, or what heroine you guys are considering, I'd love to know who it is you guys chose. Just raise your hand if you would like to share what character or what person you were choosing to do.
Kat raised her hand.
Yeah, Kat, who are you doing?
So mine's a fictional character I made up.
Yeah?
And it's kind of not a person, it's a dragon, because I've been really into the past few days. I've been really, really motivated to draw dragons.
Ooh.
So I'm drawing a dragon from Wings of Fire, well, based on the Wings of Fire designs, I should say, that I've already in my mind named Hibiscus.
Hibiscus, that's a great name. So your heroine is going to be a female dragon named Hibiscus.
Yes.
Awesome, I love it. So start thinking about what else you know about Hibiscus, what her personality traits are. See, if you make if you're coming up with an imaginary character, you guys can come up with that yourself. But if you're doing a historical character, or in my case, a character that really existed in life, you have to kind of do some research and find out more about that person. All right, I think I like these. I think I like the way that this character is coming out. So maybe I want to draw her. I'm gonna try drawing her face maybe a different way up here. So maybe I did her as an adult, I did her as a child. So try drawing your characters in a different in different ways too. Like you can do different ages, you can do looking in different directions, because you're gonna need to draw that character in different ways. You've got two, Tater. You have a small witch bean, and an architecture student, a three-legged possum. I can't wait to see these characters. Oh my gosh, that's awesome. Can't wait to see what they look like. All right, so maybe I'm gonna draw her again up here. So I'm starting off with her head. And I think that she's gonna be looking again in this direction, maybe back over this way. This is gonna be her as a grown-up. So her dress is here. And then I'm not gonna be able to fit her whole body, but oh yeah, she's gonna be behind her. It's gonna be kind of coming out like that. And then her arms will be coming down. And then maybe this one's going out off the page. Don't have room. Let's see. Maybe as an adult, so as an adult, maybe her eyes are really round, but as an adult, maybe her eyes are more like almond shaped. So drawing in those contour lines, like they really help you when you're trying to figure out what direction your character is looking. It's kind of like that. Yeah. Does anybody else want to share any of their work? Love to see if you would like to share with us.
I'd like to share.
Sure.
So when
Was
you
that
said
Nathaniel?
draw any woman, I drew my mom. This
Oh, nice. Oh, that's awesome. I love her. I love her. Her cheeks, so good, Nathaniel. You kind of look like her, because I can totally tell. I can see that she. Yeah, that's awesome. So are you going to do your comic with her as the character?
yeah, I think.
That's great. Oh my gosh, I love that, Nathaniel. That's awesome. That's awesome. I'm glad you picked a real person. I think that's going to be the coolest. Really awesome choice. I love that. Yeah, Scott. Oh, Scott said that's great, Nathaniel. I agree. Completely agree. All right. Yeah. So today we're kind of figuring out what character. Like I said, if it's a real person, then you can start thinking about like what you already know about that person. So like whatever their personality traits are. And starting next week we're going to do the story. So we're going to talk about like what's going to happen in your page. So that might, and I have a whole process for how I kind of go about doing, like figuring out what's going to happen, because, you know, to be an artist, a lot of it's about the story, and you need to kind of know what's going to happen in your story. So we're going to figure that out a little bit tomorrow, or not tomorrow, next week. From there, on the following week, we're going to, so the third week in the month, we're going to talk about the layout of your comic. We're going to talk about panels, like how to know what type of panels to choose, and what can like help, and what can make your comic more readable, or make your page like very clear to your reader, because the most important part is that it's, you know, very clear to the reader. I know, Keen, you're doing a whole book? That's a lot. I wouldn't ask that of anybody, but if you want to do a whole book, you are welcome to. But the goal is just to have a page. I know that that's my personal goal is I probably only have a page. But if you want to be a go-getter and do a whole book, you are welcome to. And then the fourth and final week, we're going to just work on, finishing up our comics or our page. So that could be anything from, it's whatever you need to finish up. So it could be, you could still be working on color, you could still be working on design, you could be adding in dialogue at that point. If we're really far ahead, we could work on making like a cover page for our comic. So like I said, if you do come up with a page and you want it to be part of our collection, a collection of comics that don't really have anything to do with each other, it's called an anthology. So if you want yours to be part of our anthology collection, then you could email us a photo of it and we will include it into a like an online book that we'll send you guys, which would be kind of rad. So it's up to you. If like I said, it's up to you. If you choose not to finish something, if you're like, I don't know, I'm not going to be done, that's totally fine too. It's up to you. Yeah. So we're gonna, I don't know if we'll go the full time today. It's 3:09. If anybody wants to share what they have, they are welcome to. I'm probably I'm running out of space on this page. So, but yeah, if you want to share, you can raise your hand, let us know.
Liliana and Heather Rose would like to share.
Yeah, let's see. Who is your heroine?
Here are mine. I just drew a bunch.
Ooh, so are these fictional characters?
Yeah, these are characters that I made.
Nice. Ooh, the drawings are awesome. I really love some of these faces that you've made.
Thank you.
Very cool. It's kind of like anime style, especially I like the one with her when her arms are in front. That's great. Nice job doing a bunch of different sketches too. Nice. I love it. Oh, those are awesome. I love. Is that her? What is her little character? Her little pet?
It's a dog.
It's a cute little dog. Oh, with a little tail. Oh, and I like her boots.
Thank you.
Guys, we're muted.
Nice. Awesome. Very nice. I love it. Those are
Thank
great. Good job, girls. So now you
So-
both are thinking about what the personalities of these characters that you've drawn. Kat, I saw your hand is up.
So this is what I have so far. I'm just trying to perfect the head so I kind of know what I'm going to be doing, because I found recently when I've been drawing dragons, for me, drawing the head and then drawing the spine coming off of the dragon has been what's helping me to, I don't know, solidify the body shapes around it.
Yeah. That's cool. I can definitely see the snout taking form, and I can see that like almost almond shaped dragon eye coming down.
Thank you.
Which is awesome. And I love the name. Dragons are hard. You're right, Tater.
I saw Keen's hand up earlier.
Yeah, Keen, did you want to share?
Well, there's one panel over here, this one. Just realized that she's flying and she literally had a panic attack.
Oh, wow. You're way ahead, Keen. You're already starting to do thumbnail sketches.
The other page,
Uh-huh.
she just ate a chill pill and her leg kind of sucks, so a demon just attacks her out of nowhere, just like that. Then, well, I don't know what happened. magic wand thingy that she barely knew that she had, and zaps the demon to bits. Then has another panic attack. Then needs another chill pill.
Wow. Well, Tater, Keen, you are just like way ahead of the game. Like we haven't even thought about thumbnail sketches yet. So, all right. Tater, you had a hand up, and then Elite Puppy, you're after Tater.
So this is my witch child, and that's their opossum.
I love it. Oh my gosh, it really does look like a possum. I can totally tell.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And then this is her girlfriend, and I still don't have a name for her.
Oh, I love it. I love the head wrap. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Great, awesome drawings and so nice of shading and shadow. Something that I've noticed that you do a lot, which is great. You gave some contour and a shape with your value, which is awesome. Nice job. I think that who was up next, Scott? Was it Elite Puppy? And then I saw another hand, Lottie's hand go up.
Lottie, Elite Puppy needs to turn their camera on.
All right, so there you go. Just turn it on. Show us, who's your character?
This
Who did
is my 3 characters. One's a dog with the super big ray gun cannon,
Mm-hmm.
and they're all just weapons. They're basically girls that are heroes.
The girl. So the girl is the heroine. So she's gonna save the day.
Yeah, these 3 people.
What does she have? Wait, does she have wings? Wait, tell me about her.
Well, this one can fly.
Okay. So
and
is it
these-
like? I'm getting like Powder Puff Girl vibes from them. Like, do they work as a team?
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Nice. Thanks for sharing. That's awesome. Very cool.
Here's Lottie.
I finished my fox.
Oh, what an awesome little fox. Oh, he's
I
so
have-
cute.
I have 2 more to go.
Oh, okay.
2 more
Awesome.
poses.
2 more poses.
Bye.
You're gonna draw the fox in different poses. That's great. That's
And
exactly
then-
what you should be doing.
Yes,
Awesome.
and then I have back here. Ignore the fact that part of it is colored in. This is the puppy,
Oh,
and this is the ignore the fact that it is partially colored in.
okay.
This is the girl,
Nice.
and
Your heroine.
this is a hoodie. In case you were wondering why the face is a bit wiggly.
Oh, okay.
And then that's all.
That's great. Well, I love that you're trying out different poses, because that's super important when you're going to be doing your character. You need to have your character in a bunch of different types of poses, which is awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah, very nice. All right, there's a few minutes left. Is there anybody else who would like to share? Jay, you want to share? Love to see.
Sure.
Okay, so who's my character? I might make I'll just do mine.
Nice. Oh, what's the little animal?
It's a Kawati.
Oh, wait, what's a coati?
It's not really rodent. It's kind of like a raccoon, but they have like long snouts, and they live in Central and South America.
Oh my gosh, I have to look that up. I've never heard of that animal. That's so
They're super
cool.
cute.
I like it. Nice.
Thank you.
Awesome. I like that I can see you're doing different character studies of the face. So that you have like the face in different poses, which is just great. Nice. I also like the hat. Nice detail. Awesome. Awesome, guys. All right. Okay. All right, guys. Well, I think that that's good for today. You did an awesome job kind of coming up with your characters. All right. And I am really impressed with everybody's drawing. So start to think. So your quote unquote homework, nobody has real homework, but if you want to get ahead of the game for next, you're going to think about more about your character, about what kind of personality they have, about what kind of what might happen to them. So tomorrow, I keep saying tomorrow, next week, we're going to start to think about what your comic will look like, what the story will look like. That could be something like a day in the life of your character. It could be just like a small moment. It could be if it's a famous character, it could be like a moment, like a story that tells how that thing came to be. But I will say that the best stories are small. The best stories are like really narrow and only like super small moments. So start thinking about what might happen, but remember, keep in mind it's only a page that we're doing. That's really all we have time for. So some small moment or some small action is usually the most successful when we're doing a page. All right, guys, I hope you had fun. I hope you tried out something new, and I will see you next week. Bye.
Bye, everyone. Bye, Lee. Thank you.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.